Marissa Alexander is back in the courtroom, but for a different reason.
As you recall, the 34-year-old Jacksonville woman fought a legal battle that began with her arrest in 2012 for firing a shot in the direction of her estranged husband. 3 years later, the two of them are still in the process of divorcing. Alexander was first convicted and sentenced to 20 years in prison, but that was overturned last November. She reached a plea agreement that had her serve 65 more days in jail. Her case received international publicity because of the debate over the state's Stand Your Ground law. News 4 Jax investigator Vic Micolucci has uncovered documents from the continuing divorce proceedings and custody dispute. He's joining us live from the newsroom to show us what these documents reveal. Vic?
Well, Tom, 6 months after she was released from jail on aggravated assault charges, Marissa Alexander is back at the Duval County Courthouse. She was here just yesterday. This time, it's about her marriage with Rico Gray, the man she's still legally wedded to and with whom she shares custody of her child. I uncovered page after page of documents detailing their ongoing divorce case. It started in 2012 after the incident where Alexander fired a shot into the roof during a fight with Rico Gray. She claimed Gray, her estranged husband, was abusive. The divorce stalled as Alexander's criminal case went to trial in 2013. Her sentence was eventually overturned, and she got out of jail in January. In recent months, the divorce case has heated back up. Gray's attorneys say the two had agreed to bifurcate the marriage. In other words, legally divorce while still leaving some factors, like custody and alimony, for the court to decide. But Gray's lawyer wrote in one document, just recently the wife's counsel has told the husband's counsel that the wife no longer agrees to the bifurcation. This happened just days before Gray was set to marry another woman. So legally, he's not allowed to remarry until this is done.
That's correct. He's still married to Miss Alexander.
Dale Westling is an attorney who practices family law. He's not involved in this case, but analyzed it for us. Pictures we found show Gray and his fiancée still had a ceremonial wedding celebration at a local church and venue, but they couldn't put it on the books.
Some folks do have a religious ceremony, then the quote, legal ceremony later on. You can have all the ceremonies you want, but he ain't married.
According to court records, it appears Alexander didn't want the couple's 5-year-old daughter to attend. She called for an emergency child pickup order, but the judge denied it, saying there weren't sufficient allegations to believe this was really an emergency. Pictures show the girl ended up going to her father's wedding. Alexander is now contesting the custody of her daughter. Gray currently has the girl for 5 nights, Alexander 2. Westling says if the couple can't reach an agreement on how they'll split custody, the judge will.
It's not going to be over anytime soon, and they're not going to be friendly ever. That's the way it appears, which of course is a very bad thing for the child after what the child's already gone through.
And I just got my hands on the latest court document in the case. It's a motion from Marissa Alexander's attorneys accusing Rico Gray of violating the judge's orders by interfering with custody. So far, the judge has not responded to this motion. By the way, I reached out to both sides of the case. Marissa Alexander's attorney told me that neither she nor her client would be able to comment because it was an ongoing case in court. I also spoke with Rico Gray's attorney. He said he wasn't going to comment. Rico Gray so far has not returned my call. Tom.
Vic, this divorce case has been going on now for 3 years. Is that an unusually long time?
According to the attorney that I spoke with, yes. He says it is, quote, too long. A lot of times divorce cases last a year, maybe 18 months. He says 3 years is a very long time. But this is an extraordinary case with international attention from all across the world. So he says that naturally it is going to last a little bit longer. He doesn't expect it to be finished until maybe a year from now.
Thank you, Vic.